Hey guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to this video. In this video, we're talking about top 25 idioms that make you sound more natural, more American. In fact, Americans and British people and native English speakers are using a lot of idioms. And sometimes I just get confused because they don't make sense if you translate them word to word. So you just have to know the meaning that stands behind those phrases. And we're gonna learn them today. So if you're interested in sounding more like an American or a British person, please continue watching this video. And the first phrase is beat around the bush. And if you, again, translate it word into word, it means like beating something and running around bushes. I don't know whether that makes sense at all. But the actual meaning is not speaking directly and avoiding the main topic.
Beating around the bush.
A good example is sometimes you're watching a video by some blogger and he names the video "I got married," and then he's talking about anything but his marriage, and you're like, come on, stop beating around the bush, get to the topic. Idiom number 2 is the best of both worlds. Sometimes when we go into a Chinese or Japanese restaurant here in America, people say it has the best of both worlds. So it has the best Asian food and probably like American desserts or something.
Best of both worlds?
I like that.
And the meaning of this idiom is it has all the advantages. Another idiom is bite off more than you can chew. And if you translate it word to word, it actually makes sense. It means taking up a lot of responsibilities that you cannot really handle. Like sometimes I think I'm biting more than I can chew because I have my business, I have my blog, I have my second blog, I have my studies. But in the end of the day, I realize this is something I enjoy and I want to continue doing this.
I've bitten off more than I can chew, you know?
Blessing in disguise is another idiom, and it means that something is bad at first sight, but it's actually good. A good example of that is imagine that you're not accepted into the university of your dreams. Cry about it, but then in 2 months you get a job of your dreams, which is even better because you go into practice. Or in my case, we were not able to raise money for a lingua trip in Russia first.
Take it easy. This is a blessing in disguise.
But then Silicon Valley investors invited us and gave us better terms than Russian ones. And I think that was a blessing in disguise. Next idiom, can't judge a book by its cover. That's obvious. Like, don't judge people by the way they look. So the appearance is not the main factor that you should use. You cannot judge something primarily on their appearance.
But never judge a book by its cover, you know?
Give the benefit of a doubt. And this means believing somebody stated without any proof. And for example, when you fall in love, you tend to believe your loved one and you don't look for any proof. And you can always use this phrase,
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
Next idiom, in the heat of a moment. And doing something in the heat of a moment means that you are overwhelmed by what's going on around you and you do something stupid and then you regret it, but then you have an excuse because you were in the moment, something was going on, you just couldn't help but, I don't know, scream at somebody or, I don't know, say a bad word, swear, I don't know, but that happened because you were distracted by something else.
The heat of the moment.
The next one is my favorite. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And if you watched my previous videos about 10 ways you can improve your spoken English, I was talking about one of those methods when you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And this means learning your favorite subject in English. Like I am studying filmmaking right now in an English-speaking environment and I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. First bird is filmmaking, I'm learning my favorite subject. Second bird is English, I'm practicing it every day. When you're intermediate, go ahead and switch on a YouTube video of a subject that you really love and kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
3 birds, 1 stone.
The next idiom, let the cat out of the bag. This means reveal information that was previously concealed. For example, your friend started dating another friend and he asks you not to tell anybody, and then you accidentally post a story on your Instagram with them kissing, and this means you let the cat out of the bag. You just let the information spread and your friend is really upset. The next idiom, I've heard it here a couple of times, and this is miss the boat, which means miss the chance. When you had an opportunity to go somewhere or do something and you just skipped on it, somebody can tell you, oh, you missed the boat. We're not going to San Diego another time this year and you missed this trip, so you missed the boat.
Leo, missed the boat with you, baby.
Once in a blue moon. We can say this about an event that happens really rarely. Like once in a blue moon, Once in a blue moon is another idiom, and it means something happens really rarely. And I would say meeting a celebrity in LA, it happens once in a blue moon. You don't really see them walking around, though all of the actors live here, and even one of the best entrepreneurs, Elon Musk, lives in LA. But it's not like they're just walking around. You don't really see them. I haven't really met a celebrity here, I mean like local American celebrity in the United States. I met a couple of Russian celebrities, but that wasn't purpose. But Americans, no. Next idiom, take with a grain of salt. This means not taking something that somebody says too seriously. So for example, somebody tells you, you will never get into the university of your dreams in America, don't even dream about America, you'll never get there. Take this with a grain of salt, because those people don't know what they're talking about. They're not going through your life, they don't have the same experiences. Don't just believe them like that. Okay, they might have their own truth. Yes, it's gonna be difficult, yes, it's gonna be tough, but it's up to you. Great things happen, and believe in yourself. This is a great example, right? Take everything that you're sad with a grain of salt. Like, go ahead and act. Be up in the air. Be uncertain or unsure. You thought you might be going to a cinema with your friends, but it's still up in the air because everyone is still busy with their homework or with their jobs. You're not sure whether you're going to the cinema in the evening. By the way, in America you would say movie theater. In Great Britain you would say cinema. The next one, stab somebody in the back. And this means somebody was in your circle, he was a good friend, and then you betrayed him when he wasn't looking and when he was trusting you. And this is a bad thing to do. Stab someone in the back.
You know, to trust someone and have them stab you in the back.
Lose your touch means lose your ability or talent to deal with certain things the way you used to deal before. So for example, somebody was a good singer and then his voice just disappeared, and you can say he's lost his touch in singing. So he's no longer great.
You're losing your touch, amigo.
Sit tight. Sometimes people tell you, sit tight, like it's gonna happen, which means sit tight and take no action. Like, you've passed your exams, you've submitted your application, now just sit tight and wait. Like, there is nothing else you can do, you just need to wait from those universities.
Sit tight.
There is nothing you have to do right now, you just have to sit tight and wait for those universities to reply. Face the music. This is an idiom I've learned when I was preparing for this video, because I haven't really heard it in conversations here. But then I remembered Katy Perry's song, "It's time to face the music, I'm no longer your muse." Do you remember that?
It's time to face the music, I'm no longer your muse.
Face the music means face the reality. Let's face the reality, I'm no longer your muse, so you're no longer in love with me. Rule of thumb. This is something I hear all the time. So thumb is your finger, and rule of thumb is a general rule that has no scientific proof. My filmmaking course, and they say like rule of thumb, you put the aperture at 4.0 or whatever when it's daylight. That was too professional. The rule of thumb, you brush your teeth twice a day. It's actually scientifically proven, but you can still use that. So rule of thumb, remember that. Oh, you're gonna hear it everywhere in the States.
General rule of thumb.
The next one, if you want to compliment somebody, you can tell them, you look like $1 million. This doesn't mean that somebody looks like a pile of money. It means that somebody looks amazing, really polished, and you can say, you look like $1 million. Get over something. And this means you are no longer emotionally affected by something. It is no longer letting you down. And again, when you're talking about relationships, when somebody broke up with somebody, you split up with your boyfriend, and in a couple of months you forget, and this means you got over him. It's over. You're not crying about him anymore. Crunch time. This is something that is happening to me now. And crunch time means time when the deadline is approaching and everybody has to work really hard because you need to finish everything in this period of time.
Crunch time! Crunch time!
Why this is happening to me right now? Because I have to start filming my final project, and I have to discuss my script with a lot of people, and I have to finish the script. So I've been working really hard in the last couple of days, but I'm hoping that my final project will be really nice, and I'm going to show it to you guys. Fingers crossed. The next idiom, get out of hand, and this means lose control of something. I am like this person who loves to sing all the time. There's another song that just came to my mind. This crazy world is getting out of hand. So tell me why you fail to understand. Get out of hand means lose control of things. Get out of your system is an idiom that means you do something that you really wanted to do for a long time but haven't found time for. It's about starting a YouTube channel, learning English, going to London for 2 weeks to practice your English. Just get this out of your system. Find time, do it, mark it on your to-do list, and then you're free. I am getting this filmmaking course out of my system right now because I wanted to do it for so many times and I just couldn't find time, and yeah, this is it.
Look, you'd better get this all out of your system right now.
The last one is hang in there, wait and be patient. Now, when you're studying a foreign language, sometimes you feel like there is no progress and everybody's speaking so fast, I'm not getting what's going on, but I tell you what, just hang in there. Everything that you listen to, like every single video, is in your head. And sometimes we just do not realize how powerful a brain is. And when you will come to an English-speaking environment, somehow the words will just come out of your mind. Human brain is amazing. We memorize a lot of things, but we use only like 10% of them. But in a stressful situation, the brain starts working and actually using all 100% of its, maybe not 100%, but a lot of its ability. So I guarantee you, everything that you do, it really works. So hang in there, wait for the next video. Please like this video if you liked it. Please support me with your likes. And please let me know down in the comments below whether there was some idiom that you've heard that didn't really make sense and you were like, what is he talking about? And then you realize it's actually an idiom and it has a completely different meaning. So please comment them down below because I'm definitely making the second part of this video sometime in the future and I will include the words that you mentioned. So I'm looking forward to getting your comments. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. There's a thread button, just click it, and this way you're not going to miss my next video, which is going to be another great lesson, hopefully, in English. Okay, thank you so much for watching this up to the end. I'll see you soon. Hi from California, hi from LA, and thank you. Bye.